What's up, boys? LudiDeo here with the Destro PvP guide. Here we are finally. The next in row, you guys voted for it, and here I am. We reached in 3 days. This was a tough one, I ain't gonna lie. Challenge 12 completed. This is a tough one. Honestly, I always said, hey, Destro is broken, Destro is OP. And I think it is, but it's not easy. Especially since somehow I played against range, triple melee comp every single game, guys. I like when I was climbing, 2-3 months ago, I didn't even know, on my warrior and hunter, it was triple ranged every game. Now it's triple melee, around 2.4 all the time. And it's a nightmare. Ranged lobbies were easy, but guys, triple melee lobbies. Look, this is my last game. Arms Warrior, Unholy DK, and Red Paladin. Went 5-1 and earned the elite. So, enough talking, let's get to the guide. So let's start with the race. Guys, what race should you play? I think there is 3 viable races, 2 for Alliance, 1 for Horde. So depending which faction you want to play. But I think Alliance takes the edge because even though most people would probably think Night Elf is the best, but in my opinion, Void Elf is the best. Gives you mobility, gives you pushback removal, like you don't get a pushback anymore. That's insane, right? Especially against like Beam Hunter, stuff like that. That's annoying. Night Elf is close second, super good. Night Meld is insane ability, but I still think Void Elf is better, in my opinion. Now I'm playing a shitty orc, and it sucks. This race is useless, in my opinion. It's shit. Now for the Horde, in my opinion, High Mountain Tarren is pretty damn good, guys. It's pretty damn good, and if I might race swap, guys. My orc, it's shit. It's really bad. It feels like I don't even have a racial. Honestly, it feels like I don't even have a racial. So there we go. Now let's get into the gear. So let's get into combat. These are the stats I'm running. A lot of haste, as you can see. 27k pretty much haste. And a lot of worse. Now, crit and mastery are only from the tier sets. Okay, I'll go slowly through the gear if you want to copy paste something. Now, everything is like usual. What you could change here is you can go either speed boots or defender march. I felt like I had enough speed, so I went with this. Same goes for cloak. You can go speed on cloak easily, doesn't matter. Like these things are so minor. Now weapon, in my opinion, versatility enchant is the best for the weapon because you're the focus every game. So extra beefiness goes a long way. But if you're super confident, you could go Radiant Power, or you could even go haste, guys. If you want to be insanely offensive, you could go haste. If you're super confident in your kiting abilities. What else do we have? That's it. Now, force set. Definitely would recommend. I was thinking, force set doesn't sound that good. Honestly, it's pretty good. I played without the force set to 2.312. Something like that. And then I was like, let me try force set. I didn't even read it. And honestly, force set is better. I just wanted to avoid crit, but who cares, because it's good. So that's it for the gear. Let's get into the talents, guys. So first things first, hero talent tree, right? The choice. Now, you're going to be playing Hellcaller 100% of the time. It's just smoother gameplay, and Wither is kind of a must, honestly, in arenas. You could play around with Diabolist, In BGs, maybe in 2v2 you can try it out, but in 3v3, I don't think this is viable at all. Maybe in 3s for fun, if you're playing with like another Destro lock and you might not be the focus, because with this you can actually, you know, not cast that much, because Wither is going to be a lot of your damage. So Hellcaller is a must, in my opinion, in serious games. For fun, Diabolist is going to be fun, guys. It's a fun... Honestly, I would like Diabolist is the meta, but it's not. It's more fun, in my opinion, but Hellcaller is the way to go, okay? Now, let's break down the left tree, let's break down the right tree, and PvP talents. Okay, let's start with what's essential, what's optional good, and what's optional bad. Now, my build will differ a little bit from the rank ones. Why? Because I want to be cutting on the abilities that I don't think are crucial. Now, these abilities are very good, but since I'm playing Lock just for 3 days, I was, you know, why bother myself with these abilities? Even though I think they might be better, just, you know, they're unimportant to reach elite, okay? So, first things first, Fel Domination. Great ability, but I don't think you need it. And why? Because I will not be running a pet, that's why. So I'll be cutting on this ability, that's already one ability. Pet ability, extra pet ability, because pet has two abilities. 3 abilities, you'll see the third one. Okay, so we're cutting on this, right? We have 4 points. Everything else here, guys, is essential. Like everything you see, don't even think about it. Just take it. It's so good. You need to take it. You need to take it, okay? Now, Burning Rush, very fun talent, but I don't think it has a place in a shuffle. Or, in, you know, BG is very fun, Blitz works, why not? But in shuffle, no. Because you need to take some other things. If you had some extra points, sure, why not? Now, this is a great talent, and I definitely 100% pick this. It's so good, but you know, you could cut on it if you want to go pick something else. Now, this is a great talent too, I think. And I would definitely pick this if I had some extra point, but I do not. Now, we need to pick either 2 points here or 1 point here. And I would go with 1 point here. Because Incinerate, you know, 10% damage, okay. But in the end, do you Incinerate? Not really, like very, very rarely. This could be fine if you're playing with a double lock and you are not the target and you have some time to Incinerate, you know. But you'll be running around most of the games, so you won't have time to Incinerate except instant cast. So this is why I go with 2 points here. It's not that great, but it's something, you know. Some extra beefiness, why not? You're always a target. It's really not that great talent, but I always take it because I want some tankiness, right? So this is my left tree. What's another optional here is this. This is pretty damn good, but I just think this is superior because I Dark Pact like 5 times a game. Okay, maybe not 5, but you get the point, right? So the left tree looks like this. And I always run this. I never change my left tree, okay? So mid tree, pretty much set in stone as well for me. This we could talk about being optional, but the problem was for me, I was not finding myself cursing enough on a Destro lock to take this. On Affliction, different story, right? But as a Destro, I just didn't find myself cursing. Maybe I would forget it, you know, had some other things on my mind, so I would always run this. And I think I would recommend that as well. But I think this is a good talent. So, right tree. First things first, you can see I'm running Sacrifice because I will not be running Pet. So that's different. Now, the second big thing that is different is I'm running Mayhem instead of Havoc. Why? Because I want to reduce my button bloat once again. I do think Havoc is superior. Double coil into double chaos bolt. Beautiful, beautiful setup. And must be a must in 3v3 arenas, not in shuffle. But I think in shuffle this works. You know, if you wanna just get rid of one button, why not? I mean, it worked for me. Once you get used to it, you track it a little bit, and then once you see this pop, boom, you can double coil, stuff like that. It's a bit RNG, sure, but it's pretty decent actually, guys. Okay, it's pretty decent. Now we have, let's call it two options now. This is what I always run. You know, it's not that great, but I prefer that. And I prefer this, Dimension Reaper. It's okay, it doesn't do that much damage. It's a bit RNG as well, depending which rift you get. Some do better damage, some do worse damage. The other options could be this, but then again, incinerating, I don't see it, right? Fiendish Cruelty. This is actually not bad, okay? This is actually not bad. Because you will be shadow burning a lot. Okay? But I just felt this was a bit more passive, you know, and I wanted more passive talents. As well, this could work. But then again, incinerate, guys. I don't think so. So these two are pretty decent in generating and increasing damage. And I think they belong more to PvE because you will not be able to cast, you know? So that's why I'm going with this. Now, if you want to go with this, honestly, I like Dimension Reaper more than this. So if you want to go with this, sure. I was thinking about it a few games, but I just was like, whatever, you know, I'm going to stick with this and that's it. Now, PvP talents. We have a lot of good choices in PvP talents. I'm running these two always. At least I was. Now that I think of it, Fell Fissure, you can cut when you play with like Arms Warrior, stuff like that, which have a strong Mortal Strike, most of them release, right? Because it's not that great then. But if you're playing with another caster, I think this is great. Now, Impish Instinct is so good, and I would never cut on this. It's so good because you will be porting a lot, right? The third choice, we have kind of three options. Soul Rip, pretty strong, but an extra button, right? I was using this decent amount of times, and I like it. But I like Netherworld more, and Netherworld is so good against casters, right? It's not that long cooldown, 3 seconds, reflect. Pretty damn good, guys, pretty damn good. And I was usually running this. And at this kind of the, you know, late down the road, I started experimenting with Gateway Mastery. Guys, I love this talent. I was always running this since I, you know, found out how good this is. This is so nice. This is so good. This talent is amazing. And kind of stick with this. This talent is great. There's 3% second off. And Gateway is huge range, guys. Huge range. Look at this. So, me personally, I was running these three all the time. Now you could, once again, switch Fell Fissure or Demonic Gateway for like Nether Warrior playing against casters, or double melee, you can, you know, Soul Rip. That's pretty good. But generally, this is my PvP talents. Now let's get into the damage. Okay guys, let's do the opener. It's gonna be a bit different than the damage priority, and gates are open. What do? We throw the portal down. We throw the Demonic Gateway. We're going in the middle. We are withering everyone, okay? And then we are using Malevolence, right? To start increase our stacks of Wither. Then we throw Infernal, boom. Then we can Fulgurate to get some backdraft, and boom, we can throw some Chaos Bolts. it just depends who we're playing against. If it's melees, we're gonna play this differently. This is like we're playing against ranged. I don't know. They don't have a kick. We're playing against something. Shadow Priest, right? That's a general one. If you're playing against double melee, you're gonna wither everyone up. Okay, we're gonna shadow burn, waste your stacks. You're gonna conflagrate after. So we don't have any stacks of neither of these two, which are instants, right? And then we can start with that. What I like to do is I also like to, you know, I waste both of these. I wither everyone up. I malevolence. Then I infernal to stun them, and then I do one chaos bolt, and then you can port away. And then you can, you know, chaos bolt from afar. If he charges, boom, you can gateway, right? Stuff like that. So that's kind of an opener. Okay, guys. Damage priority. Now this one is, in the same time, very simple, but at the same time very complex, because it's very situation dependent, right? So obviously, first thing is you wanna wither everyone, keep your wither up. That's number one priority. Now, if you're nearing 4 or 5 stacks, you will wanna spend them, and you will spend them on Shadow Burn if you cannot Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt will be top priority if you're precogged, if they don't have kicks. If they do have kicks, Shadow Burn will be higher priority because you want to get kicked on Chaos, right? Now, if you do have a Ritual of Ruin nearing, you want to bait kicks. Now, that's going to be the first priority. You want to get rid of the enemy kicks, okay? So how can we do that? That's the question. We can do that with Fear. Mostly it's going to be with Fear, right? Close second can be Cataclysm. I don't know if, you know, people don't really kick that, but Fear they do. And Incinerate, I mean, I never kicked Incinerate in my life. But depending on what rating you are at, they might kick that too. So if they kick an Incinerate, you're golden, right? So, well guys, now I'm gonna show you the most important part, how to finish the game. So first things first, as we said, we want to waste their kicks. So you can't really do this until they waste their kicks, okay? Second thing, you will want to wither everyone. And potentially, you know, if they're AoE CC'd, all of them, like in a big leg sweep, you could do this, regardless of them wasting a kick or not. So let's do it. We're just gonna wither everyone now, because no one is. And then we're just gonna Chaos Bolt 3 times. Unfortunately, we have only 3 shards, so we'll have to generate some. Let's do that first. Okay, then we got Malevolence, Inferno, and 3 Chaos Bolts. Boom, boom, boom. Someone is dead. It's a GG, right? How much? 13.2 million damage in a stun, right? Someone is dead, 100%. If they didn't have like a bubble, second bubble, and I don't know, nether walk, right? So whoever we are going is dead. And if they're not, they will die the second time we do this. Oh guys, defensive, utility, and CC. So first things first, let's start with the mobility, because in the end it's kind of your best defensive, guys. So you always have to take care. Are you in range of your demonic circle? Can you teleport, right? Because this is your best defensive. The second one, you have to take care of debuff, demonic gateway. Do you have it? Can you use your port, right? So this is your best defensive. This is your best defensive, and you have to learn how to use it properly. Now, Dark Pact, insane ability, super good, and you should be clicking it often. Hellstone, like I had problem with this. I was always greedy with it, and I was always stacking it. I would only probably use 1 per game. So, you know, you have 3 of them, use them, right? Now, this is the biggest one. Very strong wall, but also very strong offensive. The problem with this is I personally like to be greedy with it because I like to use it offensively. Now this will depend very on your playstyle. If you want to be like, I finished a lot of games with help of these and just spamming Chaos Bolt. However, it's very strong defensive as well. So you'll have to find a balance between using this offensively and defensively. Okay. Now since it's very simple, you just spam Fear and Mortal Coil whenever, like you can, you know, whenever you have either Havoc if you're playing with it or you have Mayhem. You know, you see you have Mayhem on the enemies and you double coil. Very nice, and that's when you usually should use it. Now Shadow Fury, very good, AoE stun. I mostly use it for baiting kicks, but if there's a good opportunity to, you know, stun multiple targets, why not take it, right? And guys, that's pretty much it. Obviously, utility, you want to give Healthstone to your team, you know. But other than that, not much. We have Soul Rip and Nether Walk, Nether Shield, Nether Ward, which are two another defenses. But, you know, I mean, whenever melees are in range, you click this. Whenever casters are bursting, you click this, right? That's pretty much it, guys. Now, let's talk about 3v3, Blitz, and 2v2. 3v3, I think is so good for Destro Lock, especially because you're choosing your teammate. You're not gonna play with like a warrior, right? Because it's gonna be miserable. Now, I personally think like Marksman is the best because you both have insane burst, best in the game, like Fire Mage. I know some people would recommend playing a Destro Lock maybe with more of a setup based comp like a Rogue or Feral, but personally I would not want to play with that. I would like to play with another caster or Marksman Hunter, you know, whatever caster, Shadow Priest, even Mage, whatever. I just prefer, you know, to have another caster with me if I'm playing a lock. That's what feels better to me. Okay. Now, for healers, anything works, guys. I think Priest and Shaman would be the best. For 2v2, probably gonna play with a Shaman again. I think Shaman is pretty damn good with Warlock. Resto Druid is super good always in 2v2, so you know you can't go wrong with that. But that would be maybe my top two. If I had to pick third, I don't know. I mean, Priest is always decent, and Holy Paladin is decent too. So I'm not big on Mistweaver and Pressy Vocal for caster, but you know, whatever. Anything can work. I wouldn't play double DPS Destro though. Now Blitz. Destro is pretty strong in Blitz. You will always be the focus though in the team fights, so you have to take care of that. Is it the best caster in Blitz? Probably not, but it is one of the, you know, it's very strong. I think Boomy is probably the best caster. Shadow Priest is pretty damn good too, but the big three I think are casters. Those three, Destro, Boomy, and Shadow Priest. And of course Marksman, but it's not a caster, right? So, let's get into the macros and add-ons, guys. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's really simple macros on Warlock, for me. Because they're mostly mouse overs, and they're mostly 1-2-3s. Fear 1-2-3, Coil 1-2-3, and Kick 1-2-3, that's it. Mouse over, you know, curse, Wither, cursors for Shadow Fury, for Inferno. That's it, guys. Pretty much that's it. Not much at all. Now, and as per usual, always the same. Weak auras I always use, a bit complex, but if you do your research, amazing. Unfortunately, gone. in a month. True stat values to see your stats, very good. S Arena, for my arena frames. Some people like Gladius more, I like S Arena, not important which one you like more. Omni CD for your party cooldowns, good. Omni bar for the enemy cooldowns, very good. Omni auras or big debuffs, you know, for the that big CC or, you know, cooldowns, whatever appear on the nameplates. What else do we have? That's Gladiator Lossa, amazing. You hear it instead of seeing stuff, you know, sometimes you don't see stuff. So you can hear it, it's pretty good. Frame sort is solid. Battleground enemies for Blitz, a must, it's so good, right? Other than that, everything else is nothing. Now let's get into PvP, strength and difficulty. Okay, like every time after reaching elite rating. So these are our previous ones. And now we'll rate Destro. So strength, I think Destro is super giga strong. But it's just the difficulty that's, you know, holding most players back. I just think the spec is insane. If you let it breathe, it's so good. But it's a difficulty. Now, I think it's 8 out of 10. It's not the hardest, because there are harder casters. Shadow Priest is harder because it has 0 mobility, and Destro has at least portal, gateway, stuff like that, right? So, I would say difficulty is 8 out of 10. Oops, this is from the Shadow Priest, and we will leave to get elite 8 out of 10 as well. So, pretty decent, pretty strong, and tough as well. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Next plan is I'll be doing Affliction Lock, then Demon Lock, and then I'll do like a Mega Shuffle guide where I'll combine all 3 specs, you know, all games around 2.3, 2.4, so if you want to see that, drop the like, drop the sub, and one more thing guys, we'll be moving on to Shaman next, and I just did a Discord server. Few days ago I just created it where I'll post my LVR profiles, VCora profiles, stuff like that, and you know, you can always join to drop by, say hello, and ask questions if you have them. So see you in the next one.